Hello and welcome to all of our Gold viewers here with us today. A very exciting time here at Gold Midwifery and Gold Learning. As you can see, we are live here and we love to be able to share some faces with you today, including Whapio is with us today. Whapio Diane Bartlett, welcome to Gold Learning and Gold Midwifery. It's such a delight to have you here today.
Thank you. Honored to be here.
And of course, I'm Fiona Langsharp, Director of Communications here at Gold Learning, and I'm excited to be introducing you today to Whapio, who is going to be our keynote speaker at our Gold Midwifery Conference coming up. It is going to go live on February 3rd, and you are all invited to come and join us. It's going to be a free and open access session. Whapio is going to be here live on camera as well, so you're going to see her doing a live session with you on camera, so it's going to be awesome. You can go to the website at goldmidwifery.com. You can register today to get in on all the action, check out all the other sessions that we've got coming up. And if you can't join us for the live presentation, you will be able to listen to the recording, as many of you will know, but it'll give you opportunity to learn and engage with Whapio as well. Well, thank you again for joining us here today. I already prepped you a little bit because I said, I really want to learn more about what you're going to be talking about. And I know this is going to be a wonderful topic as well. Conscious caregiving transforms the world. That sounds so big. I'm like, how can that be? But I once had a very wise woman say to me, change your thinking and you can change the world. And so, I'm thinking that this is going to be right up my alley, Whapio. I'm very excited to hear what you have to share with us. Why don't you start off by just sharing some of the concepts that you're going to be talking about, and I know that you've taught for a long time, but tell me about some of the things that have also changed for you in your consciousness as you've taught these courses.
Well, okay. So first off, I'd like to tell you why I'm talking about consciousness, and that is because in my many years in midwifery, all right, almost 35 and on and going, I've noticed big changes. All right, I've noticed that women are showing up for something different when it comes to birth now than they did even 10 years ago. I'm realizing that women are beginning to understand that birth is one of the most transformative things that they're ever going to do. All right. And so instead of coming to birth now with the focus on the pain and having to make it through and the arduous ordeal, women are showing up for the transformation. And this is amazing to me. Women are asking for more. They're looking for doulas to witness them. They're looking for people who now respect their intuitive responses to their labor. So what I'm seeing is a shift in consciousness, and that shift is in women and families. And so I want to bring it.
Oh, for sure.
I want to start talking. We can talk about this now. This is really the season to talk about consciousness in birth.
Absolutely.
Okay?
I couldn't agree with you more. Just thinking about what you said, there has been such a change. I remember when I started as a doula, there were still many people, many women who were birthing, never heard of a doula. And today, now we're hearing about doulas everywhere, hearing about in media, in television shows, in movies, on the news. You've got women sharing their stories about how they had a doula. So I mean, I know you're right because we've seen the consumer, the families say, I want more. I want something better, different, all sorts of different reasons. I think people are coming in for that conscious awareness. But I think that you're taking this to a whole new level. This is a shift beyond, I think, what people even recognize they can get for themselves. So where is it taking us? Where is this conscious behavior taking us?
Well, okay. So when I offer a class like this, we're going to go to the edge. And what I also request that people do is don't filter everything that we're talking about in these lessons here through your own lens. All right, because you might miss the bigger picture. I'm ready to take us into the bigger picture. All right.
All right.
I'm ready to unfold a new paradigm if we want to. I'm calling it the quantum paradigm because I think it's a leap ahead, and I love the word quantum. It just opens me up. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that are that paradigm has, which of course one of them is that a new level of consciousness is hallmark to this paradigm. All right, of a
Hmm.
uh, conscious quantum consciousness. So so yes, this is where we're going. We're going to the edges, and one of the tenets, let's say, of
Right.
consciousness is that we all understand, mothers, caregivers, everyone, that women do not give birth in ordinary reality, in ordinary consciousness.
Right.
And I say that, and almost everyone shakes their head like,
Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we're totally primed to hear more about, well, if we're not in ordinary consciousness, where are we?
Mm.
That's what I'm going to be talking about.
Wow. Okay, so I have two things now. Oh my gosh. So here we are. I've got to come prepared to listen and learn through a different lens, or not just my own lens, correct?
Yes,
All
yes.
right. Okay. So, all right. So I've got to think about this. I'm gonna think more about this because I recognize that sometimes my lens is biased. Sometimes I have an innate way of knowing that this is the best way for me, right?
Mhm.
But if I'm going to be a practitioner, a caregiver, a support person, clearly I've got to start to, think even further in those lenses. Which, I mean, I think as a doula and a midwife and a birth worker, we do gravitate towards those things. But I'm pretty sure there's many times that I just go, "I'll do it this way because I know it works." But that doesn't mean that it's right for the other person or it is going to work that time, correct?
That's brilliant. Yes, that's exactly
Okay.
what I'm saying.
All right. All right. So okay, so I'm gonna come prepared. I'm gonna think about those things before I come and listen to you. So this is really great. All right. So yes, we know that we do give birth in a different consciousness state. So why is it that I don't think about that enough? Why is it that me, who I love those things, I gravitate towards them, I agree with you, I'm drawn to that. Why is it that I'm not always teaching from that point of view in terms of, sharing that information with clients? I think, is it maybe because I'm afraid to say, like, what is it that gravitates to a person not always sharing about that there's this alternate state that you go into? Is it something, is it because it sounds too weird or wonderful? Like, what is it that I
Yeah.
feel like I hesitate, Whapio? Why is that?
Uh, we're not familiar with it, and we
Okay,
don't have a working language for it until
right.
now. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
I'm This is what I'm really bringing, a whole graph of where we go in altered,
right.
and a language that is based on science that can
Okay.
describe it through the brain waves that we have.
Mhm.
We're all very familiar about what we're doing emotionally and hormonally in labor.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now let's look at your brain in labor.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
your brain waves in labor. Let's get familiar with this. Let's use this very simple language. And the more if you want to change the pattern, sometimes you have to change the language.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. I'm
So
hearing you. I mean, I'm loving this, and I'm I'm taking this now really personally because I feel like I need to do better. So I hope our viewers that are listening in, are also connecting the same things that I am, because I know that working in the field and working in this industry for all these years, I know there's one thing for sure, and that is that we have to keep changing. There has to be change. And you're right there, these last 10 years, we've seen I think an even bigger shift than we've
Yeah.
ever seen before, and that's super exciting. But now it's like we've got to harness it. I feel like we need to get around it, and provide the resource that people really want. So that's going to be fantastic. So again, quick reminder, if you want to listen to more of this and learn more about these brain waves, and I've certainly been getting a few teasers over the last few weeks as Whapio and I have been meeting. February 3rd is going to be the day that you want to connect. It's going to be live online. You're going to be able to see Whapio's face during the presentation. She's going to be teaching a hands-on class. She's going to be with us for 75 minutes, and it's all free and open access. So share it with your colleagues and friends, people that you know that work in the field of birth and our care providers there as well. All right, let's dive into some other juicy things about Whapio. All right, so I promised that I would ask about what's coming up for this year for you. What are you going to be doing beyond this, of course, Gold Midwifery here? What have you got planned? What sort of things are going to transform you this year, do you think, and what are you excited about?
Well, this year is actually going to be a very big year for me. This is what I'm calling my international year.
Oh,
I'm
fantastic.
going to Paris. I'm going to be teaching in Barcelona.
Wow.
In Nimes, France. I'm going to be teaching in the UK. I'm going to Canada a few times, which is a well-worn path for me. But I have never taught anywhere out of North America. I've taught in Mexico and Canada, but now I'm on the European circuit. So I have
Excellent.
so just so grateful and so amazed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's wonderful, Whapio. Yeah, you'll have to get a map on your website and then start putting pins in it, right? Like we do here at Gold. We have our delegates that come from all around the world, and we map them and we put pins in to show where everybody has joined us. So I think that if you want to track where Whapio is going, you can find on your website, right? I'm assuming you've got all the dates and everything listed there. So if you're listening in today and you want to be a part of any of these courses, I know that Whapio is going to love having you in attendance as well. So that's going to be very exciting. The European tour is going to be beautiful. How exciting. Lots of nice warm places to attend as well. Okay, so in wrapping things up, I did see that you will be focusing on 4 salient points. You said in all of this, there's ordinary consciousness, there's the deeper state of consciousness, instinctual responses, and of course, the last one is really about how caregivers trust birth and how that validates, families today. So we're going to be hearing all about those things. Can you sum it up in just a couple of sentences for me, for the listener today who wants to come and listen? What can they expect in your 75-minute presentation?
Well, all of those things, obviously, that you mentioned, we're going to be going into the realms where we're going to be called upon to trust women.
Mm,
Right? Trust women and families. All right. Now, okay, that means also you have to trust yourself to trust women.
mm-hmm.
Right. All
Yep.
right.
Yep.
So I really definitely want to talk about the things that women have taught me. All right. That that really, I think if we put these things together, we're going to make an evolutionary paradigm. That's why I'm calling it quantum.
Wow.
And I feel like we're going to be changing the locus of power back to the family, which
Right.
women have been really asking for that. We're going to become more witnesses of transformation than we
Mm,
are managers of women. Okay.
right.
And I feel like the season has definitely come for that. So we're
Excellent.
going to learn about instinctual responses. We're going to learn about how to follow a woman in labor, all right, without disturbing her, but
Oh,
knowing
beautiful.
exactly where she is, all right. As I
Mm-hmm.
said before, we're going to have a language even to speak that. Oh, she's in theta. Let's back up. Or
Ooh.
she's in beta right now. We're going to have to look, we're going to get ready to settle in. That's going to take a while. I think this is going to be amazing for us to go through these brainwave states and what that will unfold in terms of a new way of caregiving, a new
Mm-hmm.
way of looking at birth, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it's going to be more satisfying and even safer for women if we implement some of the things that we're going to be talking about in this conference.
Well, that sounds excellent. I have to say that, you bring all the vibes, Whapio, all the good feels, and I'm really feeling that. But I am so intrinsically wired that I need the science. I want to hear what you're going to teach me as well. I want the tools. I want to be able to share this with the families that I know across the world, internationally as well. And Gold is such a wonderful platform for this. So thank you so much for your voice and your love and your generosity of your time as well with us here at Gold. I know it's going to be a fabulous session. Thank you so much for joining me here today.
Well, my pleasure, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. All right.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining us here today with myself, Fiona Lang Sharp, and Whapio here as well. Look forward to all of you joining us on February 3rd. Check it out. All the details are on the website. Time zones and everything are logged there for your convenience on goldmidwifery.com. Bye bye, everyone. We'll talk to you all again soon.